Peace and welcome to the Temple of Hip Hop. I am KRS-ONE. Right now I'm in the Bronx, and it is feeling good. It's actually pretty cold out here. I'm really kind of fronting. But we're at 1520 Central Avenue in the Bronx, of course. 1520 right here. And we're about to start our masterclass. This is our second series masterclass. We've had another one last year sometime. This is the second version of it. The first one was a 5-day masterclass course where we went over musology, we went over well, everything that deals with being a hip-hop cultural specialist. And what we did was we actually went over more in depth. The first one was a little more in depth because it was 5 days, and we turned out about 15 hip-hop cultural specialists, real specialists in the culture. Now we shortened it, brought it to 3 days, and also condensed the lessons. So we got right to what it's gonna take for you to be a hip-hop cultural specialist and curate hip-hop exhibits or give guided tours or just give straight teachings in universities and so on. So that's what this is about. We're here at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx, and I thought I should bring a few of you guys in on this session as part of our Sunday call. Let's get it started. Yes, indeed.
In the building and watching this video. So I'm gonna ask everybody nicely in the spirit of hip hop at the count of 3, the count on 3, call hip hop. Can you dig it?
Yeah, we with you, OG.
1, 2, 3. Hip hop!
Shout out to Hakeem Breed in the building. Shout out to Young Hub. Shout out to the Low Life family in the building. It's a beautiful thing. Got the Big G, Vic Low, Thurston Howe in the building. Yo, it's a beautiful thing. Big ups to the commission. Can we make some noise for the commission real quick, please? Yeah, BDP1 in the building. It's a beautiful thing. We are in the ozone right now. Shout out to the epic HBCU collective doing the thing. Toast to legacy. Listen, check what we doing right now. We gonna have a cypher live and direct. You already know what time it is. If you can freestyle, freestyle. If you can't freestyle, spit it red. No matter what it is. And we're gonna have a beautiful time, y'all. Off the top of the dome, I've been ill. I am an ill predator. The flow's cold, just like the temperature. Who wanna mess around? You know I do better. You nice? Nah, like my man Sweater. I go so hard to the flow hype. Battle me, catch 2 L's. Like I'm throwing up the low life, the flow type when I cloud rip them. Shout the hockey beam, me just fuck the madism. Flow being gifted, call the boy Clifton. So prolific, put you against the floor, you look like a hieroglyphic. Whenever I'ma spit that, have to give it that. When I flow, you'll never test me. The best team. Yo, you turning blue like a Pepsi. Got better moves than Elvis Presley. I've been nasty when I rock it. Alright, right here is all black, but he is not no gothic. Stop it, when I pop it, take your wallet, I rock it. I'm Asian, I'll stab you with a chopstick. Who wanna move against me? I got the rap flow, that's all. Got the magic, my genius, that's cold. I spit crazy when I spit with the mean flames. I'm fresh like the DJ's thing. I'm insane when I spit, cause I'm too hot. This is hip hop, shout out the room box. I've been nasty. Not even my own shadow can match me. I've been greater. I exterminate hater. Wu-Tang Clan fight the 36 chambers. Who wanna be the first one, the ball breaker? I'm going to my G. You're like Darth Vader. This ain't a microphone. This is a lightsaber. What I want against me, man, it's not smart the ball crazy. Spitting when I'm ripping. Don't call me SB. Call me Bar Simpson. You ain't captain. Bar Simpson and Bar all of you. I'm the hip captain Himalayan. I've been sick as a say a prayer. I've been ill when I spit and I'm too raw. Ain't that $1 bill, but I stay making that commission. They should listen when I'm spitting wild. Shout out to Thurston Hal. I don't play around, you know where rock these and stop me. We got the hook from the pill, yo. On the shock, G's, I'm stopping. I beat hot when I speak hot. Like a type of the watch, nobody leave the G shock. I'm beneficial, and I still with these. Like it's chain right here, but I stay with the keys. I've been better, spit up on that tack. Look at my sweater, it's all facts. Like an almanac, when I kick her out the last time I lost a match, Michael Jackson was black. Stop playing with me. Off the top of the dome, you the flow and stay swift, G. Now if you an MC, come right here. The DJ prefect with the beat song right here, yo.
Ven aquí, mami, tengo el crítico pelusa. Pidiendo mones, waking up with azúcar. Café con leche, pan con croqueta. Picking my teba, out the carreta. Mami, respeta, es la maceta. Turn to y cobre, cut on quineta. Blanca o negra, cuidado que te quemas. Puppy members, head on the mesas, head over heels, movie trap, grab that, change all your bills. Cachezano, keep pegando. Aguacate sandwich con cerado. Vamos para la playa, sin toallas. Sudando gasolina hasta que desmaya. Jugando con la pila como Richard Pryor. Cocinando mantequilla, then she light up. A freestyle song straight from the top. My hip hop non-stop, gonna go to the top. I ain't top man, anybody in the sea. Chillin' with me, DZ the MC.
Let's go. Yes, my brother, young Joey, yo, we got the flow. What's the that I am in my party, people know. Up in here, chillin' out with my brother Lou. Yes, my brother Lou, and you know what we got. I'm speaking to you from the place to first block. Yes, the home, what's the way on the head of the man, jump up, coming, take my ballin', and the ballin', type of nigga. I get on the microphone and sip my vanilla. Chillin' at the crib, probably pumping some Miller. This is what it is, and you know this is the thriller. Hot nigga, this nigga can dance his ass off on a microphone, and it's time to pass on, so you can blast off.
You see how he reppin' and coming back in his good, hoping that they really get it, it's really misunderstood. Time from the penny, man, I had to do the harder way. Do it like it's penny, matter of fact, dog. Come around, they see the feel good. They see the camera, DSLR, man, he go too hard. It doesn't really matter there, he no star. That's the way that he prison, man, they do that hard. Dang, he going off, matter of fact, when it's all facts. Man, shout out to Shaw, niggas to Greenville. The kid ill, matter of fact, he got his chill. It's friend that we see, shout out to DDP. Matter of fact, man, shout out BDP for the South Bronx. It really matter there, when he really on, that's the way that you do it. Matter of fact, y'all, man, it's on to the truest. You see him right there in the pit with the flame. They ain't gotta go ahead, no, I don't remember the name. Matter of fact, y'all, man, you're after me. And I'm standing to the left with SB, the anomaly. Dang, anomaly going off, that's the reason that they do it. And coming back to the source, the way that I drip, coming back to this hit. It really matter there, the hit out to the hat. So, add an ass when you get the shot. Now you put it right there, boy, they got it shot. Matter of fact, man, go out, it's a baby shot. That's the reason that the door boy is way too hot. Matter of fact, dog, man, I gotta chill. This is like me going off in Toronto. One of it's harder under the rim, it's under the hill. Man, shout out to Benny and shout out to the Bills. Matter of fact, when they wildin', man, I got a turkey that's running like Josh Allen. I'm just joking, but I did it out the alleyway. Straight from the words, man, I made it out of jersey. So I'm gonna KRS-ONE. I thought he made it in school, right there in the place I was born. Man, time on New York, the 973. It's the MC that they gotta see back in the 3. Gotta send the Holy Spirit, get the lyric. It doesn't really matter, they never get in the mimic. That's the way he's spinning, I never did it, no with it. Time on the alley, and anybody that listens to it. I really want to mention. Matter of fact, dog, they get in the superstition. This is right here with the supernatural, like an MC. Matter of fact, run like an M3. I'm empty, nah, none of that. But the reason that I did it was spitting out for the facts. That's the way they did it, but coming out for the tracks. Doesn't really matter, they hear it off when I back out. And blast off, coming back to the past off. And matter of fact, I'm running off, let me pass off. I got the right to MC forever. Hip hop's here, that's really here forever. It doesn't matter in a century. That's the way to go around, get the sense of me. But matter of fact, never been a sensei. And I don't have to follow everything that my friends say. I'm power, and I'm out of the cycle. Hoping that we really get it and we crunch it nicer. Shout out to everybody that step out to the mic. Cause that ain't easy, it's something that I like. So shout out to every rapper that's here tonight. This is real love, guarantee they get this right. So go ahead, man, a round of applause for my brothers. I probably won't get another chance to go around, so that's all good. Hoping that they really get it, man. Shout out to my hood. Shout out to the DJ. That's the way that I did it. Now I'm gone, man. I gotta sleep on my PJ.
gon' give me a raise. Finally making $10 in the next week. Now cut 10 of my hours. You know the old saying, less week more. I hate that saying. I've never been in stress before. Just when I saw the chickens, it's terrific season. The chickens talking to me. No specific reasons. They had a relationship in about 4 years. Truthfully, sometimes it makes me wanna shed more tears. I know some for stick around. One day when they won't tell them if you cut them up before. That's why I ain't got no love. Both of my best friends, and they ain't even die. I was over some BS in this thing called life. I don't know about you, but for me, loss is like a scar. You heal from it, but you always gotta keep that mark. They say good things come to those who wait. If that's the case, what I'm expecting is too great. Yeah, sometimes I can get quite cocky. It's only when I'm feeling like the real life Rocky. Gotta stay on top of my dream, like broccoli. So one day I can fulfill my proxy. Shout out to all the artists for me that's inspiring. All the main ones that keep me from retiring. Gotta keep going like an energizer bunny, even when they're running up for me to put in my tummy. Yeah, instead of wasting time, steady wishing. It's time to get to work and the clock is ticking. Don't make no sense complaining about your life if you ain't taking the proper steps so you can make it right. And I don't know if I'm really want to be a preacher. I'd rather do something than be sitting on the bleachers. At the end of the day, we all need teachers so they can show us how to show off our best features. MC.
My name's Maurice Love. Nice to meet y'all. Nice to meet y'all.
Yeah, hip hop is unity and community.
Other calls of my spit. He be using top shit. Other doors rapping. I just be snapping. I ain't talking IG. You know how I be. Yeah, I'm loaded. New cat on the scene. And I'm fucking with bad bitches. They on the team. I'm only after money. I'm trying to stack green. And I'm only after better. And I'm only getting better. I'll be at the strip club making it rain like weather. The boy hot like a hot sweater. In November, whenever. And I make it colder like December. Never been no pretender. Always ready to enter. Always ready to rumble. Boy, I'm in trouble. Homie told me to feel it. That's why I'm a chillin'. Yeah, then I'm a lick it, conceal it, then heal it, then pill it, then build it, then run it down. You know I'm the realest, I'm the illest. RLEES. You know I be the best. So MC Quest, KRS-ONE. I get it done. I'm just having fun. Out of the sun, they know what's up, yo. Okay, I'm about to run this down. Niggas know what's going on when I touch the ground. I'm the man in the city. They know that I'm the prince of Orlando, running the king. Let's go. If I'm stopping the ball, if I'm on this line, I'll be running it up and they know the shit. Okay, your boy look like Christmas ornaments. Okay, thank God, running it up. I got a skill. Your boy a cheap, but I'll be paying all the bills. Y'all know what's up. I'm talking NFL. I'm talking ESPN. I do not pretend. My boy gonna be all wild. I'm just trying to vibe. Shorty acting up, but I'm just trying to strive. I'm trying to be great. But she know that hate. That I get distracted and I be trying to think. I'm trying to bake the cake. Send on the bank. Make her hard though. I be moving cargo. I be at Wells Fargo. You know I got hard though. And I be
Yeah, let's get it. Well, hip hop is in the building, y'all.
Okay.
We got some real freestyles right now doing it.
Yeah. Let me settle the score. They want more.
What else?
I'm with my girl this morning. I'm on tour.
What else?
Shorty know what's up. I throw it up to the floor. Shorty know what's up. Opportunity at the door. I'm really trying to make it, but I don't need a label. I'm Thanksgiving. I bring all the bread to the table. They know what's going on, so they call me the boat. The sweat pants being better than Rick Ross. Yeah, I got a lot in the wallet. Yeah, I make it grow like the ice bucket challenge. I make it green like a nice fucking salad. Yeah.
We about to get into a real special treat because we got the OG in the building. We got Hakeem Green, Channel Live. He's gonna come through and perform a joy for y'all. But before the OG rock, I need some energy. Yeah. So when I say hip, y'all say hop. Hip, hip, hop.
Yo, make some noise for the DJ. Make some noise for the goddamn DJ. You know what I'm saying? Without the DJ, this doesn't exist. Always give love to the DJ. Listen, give love to yourself. Make some noise for yourself. Make some noise for the PHILOSOPHER. Cheer. Yo, you gotta understand what the cipher is. The cipher is where it all goes down. I'm saying the cipher's about unity, but it's also about showing your skills. Representing the hip-hop from the inside out. You know what I mean? That's what we did tonight. Make some noise for yourself. This shit was dope. Every MC that touched that mic did their thing, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Cheer, sun low, you know what I'm saying? Make some noise for the low lights. You know what I'm saying? Ayak is in the building.
Yeah, two hands up, what up?
Bring that back. You know
know what it is? I was raised on rap, maybe a king like Tim over beats that's fat. Without the back bands and DJ Mike stand. Before I wrote rhymes, I was the ill hype man. With flavor, I became a star with a split. Kills and the dead is how I learned to shoot the gift. Sucker MCs, always trying to diss. But I rock to the PM Dawn where rappers consider different on a memory bliss. I teach a class like Chris. It was like that when it wasn't like this. We had an educated rapper and a professor named Griff. The doctor named Ice, we could go down the list. Inspect the whole deck, supersonic like the stack. Sleeping on the bag with Erica Pash making checks. I'm talking about music overtime and stands a test. Now I'm on the net trying to find my tribe on a quest. Now, it all sounds the same. Back then we opened doors, completely changed the game. And everybody copied. Yeah, the rappers did your shit, they pulled your foul. Yo, where's the real hip hop? Make some noise. I be like, what the fuck? Oh, McDonald had a farmers on my head when y'all fuck. I'm act like a truck, like freeway on the clutch on. I'm not five, rolling Phillies like a Dutch is. Hockey brain, got no problems, just solutions. Pharaoh hit the film, organized confusion in poetry and song. Can we just get along? These niggas be assed out like Prince in the thong. Some niggas hit the big, Hawk hits the ball. Got my pull on the strings and the guitar and the song. Jokers think they king till I ping them like they palm. They never disrespect me, gorillas king me like a palm. Smoking trees make me, why I'm never wrong. Fly like swan, when I spit that John. With the daylight, I got potholes in my lawn. Rolling up a J, no disrespect this John. Can I eat? Shit is deep. Don't swim in the pool with no heat. 6 feet deep, the streets is like a sauna. Got with piranhas. Woo! Shit is deep and I don't swim in the pool with no heat. 6 feet deep, the streets is like a sauna. Got with piranhas. Cheer. Yo, this is the BDP cypher, y'all. Make some noise. Yeah. SB, man. Yo, man, I just want to send a shout out to you, Time, for reaching out and having me involved in this. This Orlando market is crazy. Make some noise for Orlando hip hop. You know what I mean? For real. We gonna keep building. I'm looking to see some huge things coming out from the Orlando hip hop scene. Y'all been doing it right and exact, and I look forward to continue. Thank you.
Yo, make some noise for Hakeem Green right now.
You fresh on the 1 and 2.
Yo, hip hop is in the building. Shout out to Tempo and Hip Hop, BDP Road. We got the OGs in the building, showing you the elements, the graffiti, the dancing, the MC, and the DJ, and the beatboxing.
Tempo and Hip Hop, make some noise.
Never been a B-boy, never been a bomber.
No, don't even know any. Don't even know any.
Never got no knowledge, nothing.
But you are a professor of English. So you could teach hip hop.
Keep them away from the other guys. They say, hey, I'm going to see it off that because this is how I can fit in on that.
That's another level. See, that's a.
I ain't saying that. That's just how. That's
real.
But
that's
it's like,
real.
You know, you do something and you're going for another ride. You get there and they say, well, hey, you can lead this
right.
situation.
Right.
You don't lead that to the other guy. You
Right.
really want to be over there and say, I can take that and do that.
See, all of that is what we eliminate, in the sense that, and I don't want to veer off, but I did want to answer your question in that sense. We've been discussing this. Those of us that have been studying together said we've been discussing this very issue, which is, and it leads to, these universities have to respect our body of knowledge. You cannot create your own body of hip-hop knowledge in your institution, which is not hip-hop. It's Harvard, it's Yale, it's Columbia.
And this is where they're doing it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Design.
I want to say something, like, just like hip-hop has been exploited through the rap element and through b-boy and all that, right, our corporate is also being like that in the educational system. So us who have the knowledge and our culture, especially as you guys have to have the devotion and the respect to stand up for our culture, because it's not an easy fight. And you have to like know that these universities and these people are really spreading knowledge that is not even true. And then you have to hit them with the 3 natures of hip hop. And when you want to respect your culture like that, you can never get quote unstudied, because the fight is real and they're really exploiting our culture from the universities to our corporate, you know what I'm saying, corporations. So keep in mind that you have to be devoted, but remember that you're respecting and standing up for a culture that's a real culture and it continues to be exploited. That's why our job and our responsibilities at Hip Hopper is really delicate and it's very unique, but you have to really stand up for our culture. So I don't want to take a long piece, but know this, there ain't no separation between you and hip hop. When you stand up and be hip hop, know wherever hip hop is, you are. So are you gonna let your culture be disrespected? If you are, you're letting yourself be disrespected. So that's my piece. I just want to keep you guys in mind as hip hop culture specialists, as a hip hop culturalist myself. These are situations that really happen. People are disrespecting our culture. And then when you say, yo, you gotta respect our culture like this, don't ever come with a bad attitude, just come with the knowledge. And teach them how to respect their own culture, because it's our culture and they wanna take it from us.
Yo, check your mic. Let's test these levels.
Check, 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 check.
Okay, word. We got the sound. Let me know when the break's coming in.
Nah, there's no break. I'm just gonna go straight through.
Alright, kick that shit.
Heaven sent, I can prove this. Any crowd, turn me up loud, KR will move this. Long before Eazy-E, this MC, he was ruthless. Kicking rhyme, spitting rhyme, written rhyme, freestyle, I deuce this. Who's this? You don't know me, homie, I'm the one and only. I turn your tool into a toll, tell you you owe me. You ain't gotta go to the past to know me, homie. I'm KRS-ONE, my power is now, Eckertoli. These rappers are bony and lonely, I'll catch them coming out of Shoney's. I don't Oscar or admire, they baloney, no phony. I spit for the time from the mind. So when I spit off the head, of course I'm ahead of my time. Yes, I'm better with rhyme, and it's evident I'm the lyrically benevolent kind. This you never gon' find. I'm spitting plenty medleys, this is work, not a job. Rappers are crying like a boss in reverse, they sob. That's when they get robbed and disappointed. They not anointed, get them set up like an appointment. I spit the same heat you like to joint with. Fire, spit the truth, no liar. Heaven sent, this is higher. The mic cooks, I write books. The heavyweight champion, the song becomes a knockout with the right hook. I'm raw, meaning not cooked. These fake rappers heads are down, cause in the face of KRS they do not look. 40 cal style, rap-a-pum like big drums. When I heat up the club to 420, it's done. Light up the teach with the chung, I teach when I come. Knowledge reign is supreme, what these rappers speaking is dumb. It's a treat when I come, I'm not what you used to. I'm the return of Khufu, all over these tracks like choo-choo. I'm the guru, so when my teaching premieres, it's gangstar. Hitting you and your man in the same car. These whack rappers, fuck who they are. KRS is like a hooligan, hitting them all with the same bars. Hooligans, hitting them with the same bars. Your whack style just ain't ours. Venus to Mars, I'm teaching with bars, spitting these bars. But youngins under 21 can't even get into these bars. So, I don't blame them if they not seeing these bars. Cause when I hit them with my universe, all they seeing is stars. Speaking of bars, when I spit one, you can see it's all about impact over an income. The big one, multi-directional and exceptional. 10 of my first 20 albums are all collectibles. You feel the heat when I'm next to you, truly legendary. Underground, undetectable, and revolutionary. Most of what's going on today, you know we knew already. I tried to teach our people, but poverty, it took too many. It shook too many. We can see what a curse is. So I re-emerge to show these youngins who the first is. The minister, frying rap chickens like churches. And the worst is seeing your temperature taken by nurses. IV bags, your family picking out hearses. It's like you at the Barclays Center, you won't survive these verses. Sprite means spirit, so I obey what my thirst is. The whole planet, so-called Earth, is what my turf is.
Hold up, yo, I got this. Yo, this is about to be fire. Levels is on point. You sound good out here. Let's get this project started.
Peace and welcome back. I am KRS-ONE. This is the Temple of Hip Hop. So as you know, we're here at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx, and we're completing what is called a Hip Hop Cultural Specialist Masterclass. This is the second day of the class as it's going down. We had a Friday, Saturday, and of course, a Sunday course as well, 3-day course. At the end of the course, on the Sunday, you receive your Hip Hop Cultural Specialist certification at the Temple of Hip Hop. So what we do is we start you at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx. There's no other place for a real hip hop scholar to start their training but at the birthplace of hip hop itself. We start you there, and we go over this book right here called An Introduction to Hip Hop. This book is not for sale. This book comes with the course. Now, as I mentioned before when we was out here, the students that came here, they paid $300 to be here. It's about 20 people came here. Some were on scholarship, and others paid to actually be here. But everyone got a copy of this book, whether it be in book form or in flash drive or on your phone, something like that. But we all got the information, and this is what makes us hip-hop cultural specialists. The fact that we have the knowledge and that we're devoted to what it is that we're doing. So we went through that over the last 2 days, and the accreditations are going out to our students to actually on Sunday is going out to our students. Today we just completed our second class. I'm still here at 1520. This is after the class now, because what I want to do is read you the Gospel of Hip Hop today. As you know, this has been a pretty long lesson in that sense that we showed you the we opened up with freestyle cipher that happened in Florida, in Orlando, Florida. Shout out to everybody out there. I don't even want to start saying names. You saw who was out there. You saw what it was. But big up to everybody out there. You know, that's just family doing their thing. Shout out to Time Journey out there, BDP TV, shot the whole thing, and so on. So you saw us open with that. And then, of course, we went into a little bit of the master class and so on. So what we want to do now is basically read our gospel. And we, as you know, we are talking about 18 principles. We are reading the hip hop, I was going to say the Hip Hop Declaration of Peace with 18 principles. No, we're reading the Divine Performance with its 18 performances. You got a copy of the Gospel of Hip Hop? Turn your gospel right now. Let me find the page, my damn self. Okay. All right, go to page 156. Go to page 156. And as you know, these things move in successions. We started with Perform God. We went to Perform Listening. We went to Perform Study. And now we are Perform Discipline. Perform Discipline. This is the study. This is the longest performance, written performance in these 18 performances. And there's a reason for it. Because discipline is at the center of any spiritual practice. So, and cultural and political practice. Where is discipline not needed? In every area of life, self-control, self-restraint, or self-motivation, self-determination. These things are all disciplines. So, perform discipline. Turn your gospel to page 156. I'm at the fourth performance. Let's read it. Let's read it. Perform discipline. Every day we are faced with opportunities to perform discipline. Self-control. The attuned hip-hopper uses moments of temptation to practice restraint, moments of fear to practice faith, and moments of anger and anxiety to practice patience and inner calmness. These are divine performances. In all actions, use moderation. Temptation, fear, anger, etc. can be used as tests that strengthen your mind and body. Seek balance. Do not overindulge, for this act leads to suffering. Control yourself. Self-control is your only friend, while temptation is your only enemy. Never forget this. Let me read it again. Self-control is your only friend. Think about what I'm saying here. And while temptation, lured, tempted, is your only enemy. If you could stand firm without being lured to a certain thing, you'll get exactly where you need to go. Most people have a goal in their life, a dream, and they know where they want to go. And as they start walking, they get distracted. Something on the side starts going on. Something in the back starts hollering. Something up top is braining down. All these distractions. The one that stays focused and disciplined, restraining themselves from that, is the one that achieves the goal. It's really that simple. In all actions, use moderation. Temptation, I'm reading this again. Temptation, fear, and anger. Look at this. Temptation, fear, anger, etc. can be used as tests that strengthen your mind and body. You don't have to be lured in. These things can be used for your advantage. Seek balance. Don't overindulge, for this act leads to suffering. Control yourself. Self-control is your only friend, while temptation is your only enemy. Never forget this. Hip-hop's spiritual strength is not measured by what can be resisted in the flesh. It is measured by that which is resisted in the mind. In order to change or modify your behavior, you must first change or modify the picture you hold of yourself in your mind. What is your perception of yourself? What do you mean to you? How valuable are you to you? How serious do you take yourself? That's what this is. This is what leads to discipline. These questions. What do you perceive of yourself? What do you mean to you? You don't mean nothing to yourself. This is how you can become undisciplined or tempted or whatever it is, because you don't mean anything to you. If you mean something to you, it's the meaning that keeps you focused. You don't have to resist temptation if you have a purpose. You don't have to resist temptation or be lured by fear or whatever it is if you have a meaning to yourself. This is what I mean. So how serious do you take yourself? On the inside, what do you look like to you? Do you say often, ain't nobody perfect? If this is how you see yourself, imperfect, then you shall never be even close to perfect. Your affirmation is final. The world shall have its way with you. Temptations of all sorts attack unperfected people constantly. Such people actually weaken themselves by affirming and believing that they are imperfect. Ain't nobody perfect. It's like saying to the world, come and get me. Like, come and abuse me. You know, such an affirmation leads nowhere. These are affirmations. Ain't nobody perfect. I'm only human. We know what they mean when people say, well, only human, ain't nobody perfect. But when you're really trying to get your life together, when you're really trying to bring value to yourself, you can't be speaking like that. It's not nobody's perfect. It's that I'm not perfect yet. It's not nobody's perfect. It's that if you reach for perfection, the reaching for perfection gives you the blessed life. Not perfection itself, the reaching for it. We're going to talk about that later on. Let me finish this right here. Matter of fact, here we go. Look at the next line. I'm on page 157 and I'm at paragraph 4. Look at the line. However, if you even reach for perfection in your own imperfect life, which is perfectly imperfect, such an act will indeed protect you from the world and its temptations. For in the material world, it is not perfection that is needed to protect you from temptation. It is the actual desire for perfection that is an indestructible shield and sword against the world and its agents of temptation. Never give up, keep trying, seek truth. This is what keeps you away from temptations of all sorts. Never stop trying, never give up, keep trying, and seek truth. The truth is that temptation is always temporary. This is the secret to temptation. The truth is that temptation is always temporary. All temptations are spiritual tests That's why we know they're tests, because they're temporary. Therefore, when you are tempted, it is very important to be still and not say or do anything. Indeed, the temptation shall pass. This is a secret. This is an ancient secret to dealing with temptation. Look at it. When you are tempted, it is very important to be still and do or say or do nothing. Say or do anything. Indeed, the temptation shall pass. Try to remember that temptation is always temporary, but if you give into it all the time, its unpleasant after effects can last a long time, even a lifetime. Imagine that. You could be tempted to the chocolate cake. Chocolate cake, good. I mean a good piece. Nice cake with the raspberry on the chocolate, you know. The nice piece, okay, with maybe little sprinkles, chocolate sprinkles on the thing with the raspberry on it. Nice. Now, you see it. You're like, that is good. I want a piece of that. I want that with the vanilla ice cream too. I want this. But you're being tempted. You don't need this. You might have already eaten. You might have just had dinner and the waiter brings out this cake. Okay? You don't need this, but you want it. It's a taste. Now's the time to practice the discipline. Cake right there. Can you deny yourself that right there? No. The waiter comes along and says, would you like the carrot cake, the cheesecake, the chocolate cake, the apple pie? What do you want? We got it all. No, I'm good. I'll take the check. You know you want that cake. But look at this. If you're on a spiritual path, such moments are used to give you strength. It's tempting me right there. Let me do nothing. I want it, but let me not use my hands or my feet or anything to move near it. Let me just stop. Just stop. Can you stop? Just stop. This is the hardest thing. Go is easy. Stop is hard. Go, everybody going. Everybody can go. But what about stop? Everybody moving. What about still? See, these are the pieces that lead to discipline. Stop and still. And let the temptation pass you. Because it's just a feeling, a momentary feeling that comes over you. But if you keep going into that momentary feeling, it's going to last a lifetime. These little momentary feelings. You got to discipline yourself. So look at it. Try to remember the temptation is always temporary, but if you give into it all the time, its unpleasant after effects can last a long time, even a lifetime. In addition, resisting temptation strengthens one's faith. It is like lifting spiritual weights or exercising. Resisting temptation strengthens one's spiritual vitality. That's why you resist the cake. That's why you resist the anger. That's why you resist the fear. That's why, because you're lifting spiritual weights. This is your chance to get a jog off in your spirit. Let's get some push-ups up in the spirit when somebody's talking bullshit to you and you know you want to smack this person right in their mouth. No, can you restrain yourself? Lift those spiritual weights. Can you walk away? Do you have to argue? Do you have to raise your voice? Say words that you may regret later? Just don't talk. Talking is easy. Shutting your mouth, though. Here we go. So, in addition, this strengthens your faith. Let me read this again. In addition, resisting temptation strengthens one's faith. It is like lifting spiritual weights or exercising. Resisting temptation strengthens one's spiritual vitality. However, the question here is, why should I resist temptation? Answer, because satisfying the call of temptation as opposed to the call of purpose leads to guilt, which can weaken your faith. See, purpose is the opposite of faith, not discipline. You hear me? Temptation can only mess with people that have no purpose. You can't get me to smoke crack. There's no way. I'm sorry. Okay? I got a purpose. I seen crackheads. I don't want to look like that. I don't want to act like that. I don't want to be that. It's not my purpose. I'm not dissing no crackheads, but it ain't my purpose. You can't tempt me. You can't love me. It's not my purpose. I don't mean that. So there's no temptation if it's not you. You can only be tempted with who you are. You can't tempt me to murder. It's not who I am. But there's some other people that you can start talking that murder. Yo, you know, we need to get, and they could be tempted into to start shining their gun. And, well, you know, maybe you're right. Maybe we should be, and maybe I could, because it was already in you. You can only be tempted by what's already in you. So if you're tempted by anything, you should want to clean it out of you. The temptation is showing you the weakness of you. That's how you use the temptation to your advantage. Let the temptation show you your weaknesses. Then don't get into your weaknesses. Meet those weaknesses with strength. What answer? What? The question is here. Why should I resist temptation? Answer. Because satisfying the call of temptation, as opposed to the call of purpose, leads to guilt, which can weaken your faith. Therefore, we must take advantage of temptation. We cannot allow temptation to take advantage of us. When you know in your heart that you live righteously and your mind is focused upon the fulfillment of your divine purpose, you expect the favor of God. And it is this expectancy that is at the center of one's faith and courage. But when you know in your heart that you are guilty of actions that you perceive as spiritually weak, evil, or immoral, you do not expect the favor of God. You hide from the presence of God. It is this expectancy, expecting not to receive the favor of God, that is at the center of your doubts and fears. It is your own guilt that diminishes your faith and thus your ability to achieve your divine purpose. Ultimately, we judge and then weaken ourselves through guilt caused by our submission to temptation and other weaknesses. Self-control and virtuous living strengthens your faith in God's favor upon you, which in turn enhances your ability to achieve your purpose and even perform miracles in your life and in the lives of others. Self-control makes you certain of your trustworthiness before God, and it is this trustworthiness that empowers your faith to achieve your divine purpose and perform miracles. Spiritual strength is also measured by one's patience and endurance. For when you know in your heart that you live a righteous life and that God's favor is upon you, those things that you do not have, those people that you do not see, those places that you do not go, are all for your own good. For one of the keys to lasting discipline is when one becomes serious about actually acknowledging the real presence of God. For when you know that God is with you, watching you, listening to you, etc., you need not try to be disciplined. You are automatically disciplined by the presence of God in your midst. Undisciplined people can be said to simply not believe in the presence of God or their own spiritual abilities. They ignore their God and even their own access to their own God force. Truth is always with them, but they ignore it. Love is always with them. Peace, wealth, knowledge, healing, etc., are always available to us, but we simply ignore them because we really don't believe that we deserve these gifts. We know that we know to ourselves that we are imperfect because of the temptations that we have fallen to, and with such knowledge, we judge and limit ourselves. We know we're imperfect. I ain't nobody perfect. That leads to judgment, doubt, and guilt of yourself. Discipline over the desires of the body and mind come when you truly acknowledge the existence and presence of God right next to you. You know, there's certain things you don't do in front of your grandmother. Certain things you don't do in front of your grandfather. Certain things you don't do in front of a superior, a boss, or this one or that one. Certain things you don't do. You don't have to be told not to do this or not to do that. In the presence of certain people, you automatically discipline yourself to speak a certain way, to act a certain way, or don't act a certain way when you in a certain environment or you around a certain person. Well, if God is present to you, is present for you, then discipline is a no-brainer. You're going to do everything righteous because God is with you. If in fact you don't believe that God's presence is upon you, then you can do wrong acts. You can be undisciplined. You can, engage in evil and whatever else that comes with. Because you think you alone. You think you by yourself. You don't think God is with you. And that's the real proof of it, not your mouth, your actions. Do your actions prove that you believe you're walking with your ancestors? You're walking with your ancestors. They're with you right now. Why would you do things now that you wouldn't do in front of them if they were alive? These are your ancestors. So look at it again. This is paragraph 14. Discipline over the desires of the body and mind come when you truly acknowledge the existence and presence of God right next to you. Know this, a true awareness of God causes discipline to automatically happen to you. A true awareness of God causes the discipline. An awareness of my grandmother or my grandfather causes me to act a certain way around them. One does not have to be actually disciplined to keep one's hands off of a hot stove. It is not that you need to restrain yourself from touching the hot stove. It is more the fact that you do not want to burn your hand. In this example, discipline is not only a matter of awareness, it is also a matter of taking care of yourself. It is a matter of self-respect. Again, seek the truth of God's actual presence, and discipline is sure to follow. For the attuned hip-hopper, discipline has more to do with realizing truth and having respect for oneself than the practice of restraint. Did you hear that? For the attuned hip-hopper, discipline has more to do with realizing truth. This is what realize the truth and have respect for yourself than it has to do with restraint. The whole divine performance is a disciplinary training exercise designed to produce a hip-hop character behavior that prepares one for leadership and victory over the obstacles of the streets. Therefore, we must remember to use moments of anxiety to perform patience and calm. Use moments of depression to perform joy. Commit to yourself. Bring order to yourself by recognizing and truly respecting the existence and value of God in your life. Make the conscious decision to value your God. Stop burning your hands on the hot stoves of the world's temptations. Stop burning your hands on the hot stoves of the world's temptations. This is a spiritual strength. This is spiritual strength. This is a divine performance to stop burning your hand. Start your discipline practice small by resisting your favorite cake, as an example. Try not to overeat. Speak less. Turn off or unplug the television. Cease listening to the radio. Go on to resist argument and gossip. Begin repeating an affirmation or prayer regularly. You might want to attend places of prayer. You see this 18 and 19? These are instructions for discipline. Look at it again. Try not to overeat. Speak less. Turn off or unplug the television. These are all acts of discipline. Cease listening to the radio. Go on to resist argument and gossip. Can you resist arguing? And can you resist gossiping or listening to gossip? Begin repeating an affirmation or prayer regularly. Can you discipline yourself to do that? You might want to attend places of prayer. Practice fasting from junk foods, recreational drugs, intoxicating drinks, lustful desires, unproductive conversations, and even the careless spending of money. In these examples, the achievement of discipline is a matter of spiritual self-respect, which leads to physical self-control. It leads to self-control, spiritual self-control. And you can see this message is getting reiterated and reiterated throughout this read. Now may be the time to truly care for yourself and most of all, value yourself. These lead to discipline. The teacher practices withdrawing his senses from the happenings of the material world. With this performance, the teacher escapes the inconsistent and sometimes dangerous events of the world. But the teacher is mindful not to become too distant from those whom he is teaching. Balance is the key. For if you have proven your discipline and self-governance, you can indulge in worldly temptations at times. The practice of discipline is not to abstain from the happenings of the physical world. It is to be strong enough to stop and start such activities at will. The teacher is simply free from addiction. In fact, when it is pleasurable to abstain from pleasure, one can be called teacher. Get this, when it's pleasurable to abstain from pleasure, the chocolate cake. It has to become pleasurable for you to act like this, to do this act. When one looks forward to moments of self-restraint, one could be called teacher. The teacher is unattached and mentally independent. That's why we practice our fast every Sunday. Well, every 7 days. The teacher is not lured nor tempted toward pleasure. The teacher freely and willingly chooses pleasure. There's a difference. Being lured to pleasure and choosing it. The teacher is not lured nor tempted toward pleasure. The teacher freely and willingly chooses pleasure. The world and its temptations do not move the teacher, as Henrik Frederick Emil has pointed out. These are all philosophers at the end of this book. At the end of each piece, I try to add a philosopher to it. As Henry Frederick Emil has pointed out, quote, now listen to this. The man who has no refuge in himself, who lives, so to speak, in his front rooms, on the surface, on his front rooms, in the outer whirlwinds of things and opinions, is not properly a personality at all. He floats with the current, who does not guide himself according to higher principles, who has no ideal, no convictions. Such a man is a mere article of the world's furniture, a thing moved instead of a living and moving being. He's an echo, not a voice. The man who has no inner life is the slave of his surroundings. This is so important. The man with no inner life is just led by everything around. The man who has no inner life is the slave of his surroundings. As a barometer is the obedient servant of the air at rest, and the weathercock, the humble servant of the air in motion. You know the weathercock may be on the top of these houses. Wherever the wind blow, you go. You go blow that way. You go blow that way. And this is what people are doing with their lives. They're you know, somebody say something online. Yo, that's your conversation for the week. Next week, somebody do something in the news. That's your conversation for the week. It's never somebody say something online. You listen, you say, oh, that's crazy. Let me get back to my purpose. You hear the news, wars everywhere, bombs are going off. Wow, that's crazy. What do you think we should do to kids? That's madness. But you know what? That ain't the meaning of me. That's a news program. Now let me get back to the meaning of me and my purpose. You can't be no weathercock blowing in the wind. Anytime somebody says something, your head is over there. Somebody show you something, your eye is over there. Somebody burning something, your smell is over there. You can't control your 5 senses. You can't place your eye where you want your eyes to go. You say, I'm looking for success. But then a sexy woman walked by in a red dress. There's where your eyes go. You're not looking for success. You can be distracted by a red dress. And that wasn't a rhyme either. I'm just him. So we enter the end here, and it says perform discipline. Perform your discipline. Don't look to as like it's discipline is some kind of strength. Perform it. Look for opportunities of temptation, anger, fear, to practice self-respect. Not so much self-restraint, that's part of discipline, but self-respect is more powerful than self-restraint. I respect myself. That's why I'm not doing that. I respect myself. That's why I'm doing this. There's no discipline in all of that. I have respect for myself. Here's my purpose. I'm moving on my purpose, so I can't be distracted. I'm on purpose. I believe that God is with me and in my presence, in my midst. So I'm not going to lie, cheat, steal, rape, rob. I'm not going to do that. God is with me, and I want the favor of God. I want to please God. I want God to applaud me. I want God to say ho to my performance on earth. I want God to throw her hands in the air and wave them like she just don't care to my performance on earth, in earth. So take this lesson. Take this lesson. I'm reading from the Gospel of Hip Hop. We just got through the 4th performance, which is perform discipline. Take these lessons in. They're very important and they're very powerful to your spiritual growth. So the point is, as we conclude today, is that to be a hip-hop cultural specialist, you have to be trained by a hip-hop cultural specialist. We love everybody who teaches hip-hop. If you teach hip-hop out there somewhere, we applaud you and we respect you and we are grateful for you. But if the hip-hop teaching profession is going to become more professional or help everyone involved in the situation, we're going to have to get a lot more organized, and we're going to have to deal with the facts as teachers. As teachers, we're going to have to deal with the facts of our situation. So the fact of the situation is that culture is not just taught in a book. Culture is passed on. It comes from one cultural originator to another. In this instance, the hip-hop teaching tradition begins right here. 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx, the birthplace of hip-hop. This is where the teaching of hip-hop begins. Not only does it begin here geographically, but it begins with hip-hop's first master teacher, KRS-ONE. KRS-ONE, of course, as you know, I don't have to tell you my bio, but I began the hip-hop teaching tradition. I'm the first teacher, I'm the first one in the universities, I wrote the first gospels, the first sciences, you know what it is. So if in fact you are a hip-hop teacher, this is the only legitimate place for you to come to learn a foundational basis of hip-hop and then be certified as such. These people here pay $300 for a weekend course, hip-hop cultural specialist course, $300 course, basically $100 a day. They are starting here at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx, and we will end up at the Temple of Hip Hop in Newark, New Jersey, where they will receive their certification, and we walk you through what it takes to be a hip hop cultural specialist, like as a curator, and how you could actually walk through. So this is what it is. This is what it is. I am KRS-ONE. The Temple of Hip Hop is in full effect right now, and that's it till next week. We do this every Sunday, 12 o'clock, just like this. The Temple of Hip Hop is a hip hop preservation ministry, archive, school, and society. That's it, y'all. Peace.